this one. And again, I can't record it because it's just too long. It's just so much I have to do. Like, this is going to be like hopefully about an hour. I've got to be out here at 8 o'clock because this is where everybody opens up on these stuff. So, first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. And you're probably thinking, well, what does this have to do with anything with PC build, with projection screens? Well, that surface you see right there, laying against there, has a special coating that's going to be used for visual effects and gaming and all that cool stuff. And that's what we're building this whole setup for. On top of that, I've always wanted a wall PC. I talked about it a few times, of building one, and finally got around to building one. But this is a different case. This case actually contains two PCs. There's two cases in here. We're working on that one right there. That's the Bionuclear Jungle, which, again, that PC sits right over there. We're still working on it, still greening it out, baby. Greening it out, getting it ready. And then the paint job I got to put on here is going to be quite interesting. I'm trying to figure out where I got these spray bottles from, because I need this to put on some of the paint jobs. So I have to figure out where I got these from. They were $2. I need 2 more of these because I want to cross-contamination anything. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is come in here and start building the box that pretty much locks the whole system in. If you see that area right there at the top, that box at the top, that locks the whole entire system. It kind of squeezes and so it can't go anywhere. So it's connected to the top of this, where it's glued in, and then it's Velcroed in there at the bottom, so I can pull that out at will. But first, I have to get in here and convert another one. Get that done. Get that finished. And I'm also working on the top today too. I'm going to put a light top on it to blacken it out just for now, and then later on I'm going to order the actual surface and put them over there. So this does involve a PC, a screen that we're actually building. Ain't that right, Taco Vader? You? That's right, Daddy-O. Right, Daddy-O? Right. Daddy-O. Let me see what I need here. I just had a wide piece of these things. There's no point in me going out and buying more. I have enough to cover the box. Right, Taco? Right, Daddy-O. Alright, we'll double it up, I guess, for the box. Really doesn't make a difference. Just need to cover it up for the cloud system. So, let me see. Everything plugged in? And I got all my measurements for this, just in case if I want to rebuild it again, which I do plan to build me another one with 3 of them this time. 3 units in it. I'm going to make a portable a GTA 6 PC. With the new fluorescent screens attached to it, and then I'm going to be doing one that's going to be standstill in there, which is going to have a GTA whole entire world displayed inside. I might just do the second 235.1 and put that heavy glass on top of it. Flex and non-flex. That's a flex surface. These are non-flex surfaces right there. Coming in soon, I have another adapter for that projector, so we're going to do there until the 235 gets here. I need to show that thing off. The size, and then pick up that PC, take it over there, see exactly how it fits in there. Now, I explain this again about my PC builds. Are they super machines? Nope. They're designed to do exactly what I designed them for. That one's a work PC. That works. It has different types of programs in it. My websites, good stuff in there, social media sites. Business accounts, labels, stuff where I design my labels at, the artwork and stuff in here, projector mapping software, connects, hack software in there, and modification. Yeah, that's in there, so I can basically make the connects dance for me, connects dance for me. VR applications in there for the PlayStation 5 VR. I actually have that software in there. So all I do is just plug your headsets there, automatically comply. That's it. And pretty much anything else I want to add to it, it'll run it. And on top of that, it does games on top of that. So that's work PC. And then what we have over here is my retro gaming system, which I have all my stuff on there. Which I finally found my key codes for the software for the for this particular PC. I'm good thing I take pictures of everything. So I literally found it. I was going through my pictures, like, oh, there's the key codes to disactivate this thing. So get this thing activated and up and going. Now the GTA 6 is going to require a little bit more power, so I'm going to spend some money for that. But if I spend money for that, I want something I can take where I can go. So I'm going to put it in a micro ATX motherboard, no, sorry, micro ATX motherboard case, so it can be completely portable. And it'll run completely off one of my power units here that I can carry anywhere I want. I found one at 1200 watts in that small little unit. That means I can power up my GTA system anywhere I want. And it's going to have one of the screens on the side and game right out the screen with a portable projector. I picked out the perfect case. I might buy the case today, just in case I'll get my hands on it. Because I hate when I go buy something that's not there. It has this really quirky kind of 80s look to it. It's really cool. So I definitely got to pick that up. And then I'll build me another one for in here. So we got to paint everything. The motherboard. Actually, I think I'm getting the motherboard cover for it and then paint that. Everything's going to be done in that high fluorescent pastel pinks and blues and yellows, as in the old for GTA. I'm glad went with that whole Mommy Vice scene, because that's actually a really good one right there. I haven't watched any of the trailers. I never do. I never watch any of the trailers. Nothing at all, period. I don't want to get my hopes hyped up on something that's not true. And again, I'd rather watch it when it comes out, when it's actually the real one. That's the only time I watch it. I never hardly ever watch trailers. It just spoils the whole thing. It's like when you go to the movies and you watch it, before you see the movie, watch a trailer and realize you just watched the whole entire movie, like all the best parts. It just showing like, what the freak? I just paid money. I don't even want to sell something I already saw. I hate that when that crap happens. Batman did that one time. Showed the whole freaking thing in the trailers. And then you get to the movies like, I literally just watched the whole thing at home. Alright, so what we're doing right now is, since the paints are here, they're basically in the mailbox. I don't have access to the mailbox. I have to wait till the owner comes down to get access to that. Right now it's early, there's nothing open right now. So I'm going to have to wait for him to come in and then do the paint job on that. And then track down a giant frog, because I'm still hunting for the frog. We need a frog in there. It's a rainforest. This is going to be the rainforest. There's huge frogs in there. We got to paint all them up. Then we got detailed paint brushes, so I'll do one of the demonstrations online, which is going to be a detailed paint job on recoating the frogs or any plastic animals to make them look like they've been actually exposed to hazard environment. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting case. And then we got to put, with all the colors we have in there, and the good thing we have RGBs in there, we can control colors in there. But I do want to put some nice white light in there, like the kind of light that they use for greenhouses. But we don't want it too bright, but it's bright enough. And every time I look at that, that reminds me of the greenhouse that you find in BioShock. I like that particular level of the board. That's a really nice board, the way they put that whole thing together. I miss BioShock so much. I wish they'd make another one. I really would. They tease about it, but somebody make one. For goodness sakes, I miss that game so much. That and Fable. Those are two good, amazing games. Fable was amazing. Freaking amazing. People are saying you're all PC. No, I've actually played those games on consoles. I had them on the Xbox 360. I like the Xbox 360 too. That was a really good console system. Besides the burnouts. But other than that, it was a good system. I did like it. I remember the first time I bought an Xbox One. What was I gaming on? I was gaming on a Dreamcast. Dreamcast has already been done. So I was still gaming on the system. And they were talking about the Xbox system. Everybody was talking about it. What made me buy one? Somebody was in the room talking about how crazy that thing was online. Like it's unbelievable. Like it's the best game system. And I have to admit, like I said, PS owners at the end of the day, PlayStation owners can say no. Xbox's online service is freaking insane at that particular point. I don't know what it is now, but between the Xbox when it first came out and the Xbox 360. Man, you couldn't go anywhere without somebody talking. Rooms were always packed, always crowded. There were party rooms all over the place. So people know, you've been on Xbox, you know what I'm talking about. You couldn't go anywhere. Everybody had a mic. It was rare that no one didn't have a mic. Always talking, always chatting, everywhere, anywhere. Messages flying back and forth. They had mass communication. It was unbelievable. And your friends list, you could easily max out 100 people easy on your friends list. Easy. They had expanded friends list. It was just insane. Best time I ever had. And I never forgot playing Dreamcast. And I played Dreamcast online. And they cut all the servers, of course, you know, because they're getting rid of the system. And I heard this guy coming in talking about Xbox, how amazing Xbox Live is. And the way he was explaining it, that's what made me buy one. So I went out and bought the Xbox system, the Xbox One. When they first came out, I bought Halo, was my first game that I purchased when I got it. I bought the headsets, I bought the subscription, I bought the whole 9 yards. The minute I hooked that thing up, chatter automatically from the door. There was just so much chatter in there. There's so much chatter. Especially in Halo. The clan matches in Halo were massive. The team death matches were massive. It wasn't a thing when you pop into a game, you can never find a game. There was always a game. The problem was trying to get into a game. There's that many games. Always a game. If you set up a room, your room would be filled in no time at all. You had tons of players in there. Man, I miss those days, man. I miss those days. It didn't take long. You weren't waiting long. Now, one thing I like about what's the game? Back 4 Blood, because zombie games usually have a huge following. Always somebody in the server. They don't talk in there that much. I mean, you might find one person that speaks. And it's kind of hard when you're playing zombie games because that communication is key. That you need to basically be to communicate with people. Say, hey, look, I need you to come here. I need you to stay away from there. Hey, I need help at the end of the day, you know. And then on top of that, if you're dealing with a jerk at the end of the day, then you have to basically deal with the fact that you need your own team in there because you may be faced with somebody at the end of the day that might block you in and don't want to help you or watch you die or all that kind of dumb nonsense at the end of the day. You know, you usually have to go through when it comes to basically playing online. Because everybody's going to deal with a jerk. We all know that. You're definitely dealing with a jerk. Definitely going to deal with a jerk. But yeah, you need that, man. You need that support and that help online. Especially Call of Duty fans. I see y'all all day. I got friends who do Call of Duty. I got to bring my backup in. I got to bring my backup in. What time are you getting off from work? We need help. We're getting slaughtered. Man, my heydays is Unreal Tournament. Big Unreal Tournament fan. People were sitting, I was telling people I killed 20 frags a minute in my kill record. And people said, believe me, at the end of the day, my kill count was that high. I played a game that was similar to that. I had to give it up because it was causing me heart issues. It was just too much adrenaline. I couldn't handle it. It was causing me. I sent me to the hospital too. I literally sent me to the hospital. I wonder if that was that or stress. I'm willing to try that game again to see what happens. It was a really good game on PC. I freaking loved it so much. The servers are crowded because it's a very popular game, Unreal Tournament. And I did a couple shots online showing my skill level. I won every single game. Every single game. Because I, for some reason, I have a nick for that game. When I first started, I sucked at it. I wasn't really that good at it. And then when I really got to understand the gameplay and everything, yeah, I beat every single game. 20 guy counted. Said you're doing 20 frags a second, so that's 20 kills every 20 frags a second. Yeah, 20 frags a second. Yeah, no, 20 frags a minute. Sorry about that. 20 frags a minute. So I had 20 kills for every minute. But you have to know how to use your weapon system because a lot of people go in there and they just shoot anything, grab anything, and shoot. There is a weapon system. You have to know how to use your weapons correctly. And weapons have 2 different types of weapons. Some have 3 if you know how to control them right. And they just don't know how to redirect people where you want them to go. Most people, when they're shooting at somebody, they're shooting at your body. I shoot at the ground, especially if I'm carrying a rocket launcher. I'm not shooting at you. There's a good chance you're going to dodge that. But you can't dodge when it hits the ground. So basically, I don't shoot at you. I shoot where you're going to, where your next move, where you're going to go. So I may fire a round in this direction and make you go in that direction so I can get you. It's all basically trying to calculate exactly where that person's going to land at. So, yeah. You know, most people, if they're running doing sniper rounds, they're not aiming at your head. Because if the game is really realistic, and keep in mind, even for a sniper knows the bullets is going to drop a little bit. It's definitely going to drop, and then the wind and all that's going to take place. But this is a video game at the end of the day, by the way. Some games are actually made like that. The wind can affect the bullet. But anyway, I'm pretty much aiming more like over your head. Because I know it's going to drop and strike you. I just have to figure out exactly how far over your head when I fire that round that it's going to drop and click. And then once you learn that, you can't forget it. So they're not really aiming at your head, they're aiming over your head because bullets automatically going to start to drop. So that's kind of fun stuff. But yeah, man, I had so much fun in that game. So much fun. We had vehicles, we had deathmatch, we had bomb and run, which is my personal favorite. Capture the flag. Oh, capture the flag was hilarious, man. because that team's got your flag. And you be sitting there looking for your flag. Where the frick is the flag? Somebody get the flag. And people running trying to figure who's got the flag. And the guy's hitting some weird, crazy place that he figured out. That's what I would do. I would go and study the map. I would know everything about the map. I would go in there with the machines only, because I know I can wipe them out easily. And I can go in there and I can study the map. Find all the little nooks and crannies and areas I can hide to take you out very easily. Yeah. Man, I freaking love that game so much. And I never forget arguments. The arguments that break out in games, like crazy stuff. I got into a fight with a clan. I was actually on the clan, and they basically voted me off over jealousy because my kill count was higher than theirs. Aren't we a team at the end of the day? Isn't the whole purpose of us basically slaughtering other clans at the end of the day? And you guys vote me off? Oh yeah, I got back. I went back and I slaughtered their entire clan because I was better than them. I wiped their whole clan out. Beat the daylights out of them. Yep, that was the best day of my life, man. The cursing, all this stuff that went on the headsets while I was slaughtering them. Yeah, I didn't give him a chance for Jack. I beat the crap out of the whole entire clan. It was hilarious, man. It was me against all of them. Yeah. Beat the daylights out of them. I'm pretty sure some gamers in Call of Duty went through that mess. When your clan basically turns on you, and then you turn on them. And then what I did was just to mess with them. When I did team deathmatch, I deliberately went to the enemy side, knowing I could tip the scales easily and take them out easily. I made it rough for them to play that game. So if I pop up, you see on that list, your Godmaker 999 pops up, you just lost your game. They knew it from the door. And then I got a team behind me on top of that while I'm killing them. Oh, heck, you have a ball with them. They're so occupied watching everybody else. I'm sitting in the back and just picking them off one by one by one. I think one of the best kills I got, a guy was jumping from one level to the next and I got a headshot. If you ever seen a headshot at Emerald Tournament, your body slowly disappears. So what happened was, it kind of disintegrates, but it happened slowly. So his head went one way and his body went the other way. I was like, oh, that had to hurt. Because you can see it on the other end happening to the other. It had to hurt. Man, I love that game, man. And my favorite speech in the game was, your Godmaker declares himself the winner of this match. Prove me wrong. And people would fight so hard. They would fight so hard just to beat me. I only had 2 people beat me. Only 2. And they were in my clan. They ain't beat me again after that, but they did beat me. Oh, man. So then when this game came out, I forgot the name of some weird name. And I said, oh my God. It's just like Unreal Tournament. Yeah. Anytime I did the live stream, I won every single game. Because I know exactly where you're going to be at. I know exactly what type of weapons to hit you with. And these guys are just running around and shooting. When I see a guy just running around shooting, they're just doing that hop, shoot, you're an easy takedown. And one of the things in that game, you have to learn how to run backwards and shoot at the exact same time. Yep. Learn that. You can nail it pretty good. And that weapons combo is funny as on the what? That plasma blast and the biogoop combo is hilarious at doing somebody. Fire off a freaking goop, a bio behind them, and they think you missed because the first thing on the microphone is, oh, you freaking missed. No, I didn't actually miss. I set you up. And hit that plasma blast, you gotta hit the trigger. I think it's right, left, and you hold it. It's kind of tricky, and it shoots this massive plasma ball. It goes, boom! Hits your body, and it pushes you into stuff. And they just explode. I get points on that, on the combination kill. I'm like, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Or the grenades. Look, when you hold down, you charge it, pop, doop, 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 these grenades fall down the stairs. Oh, I love using those. I see you down the corridor. I see you right there. I'll fire 3 rockets down there. I know you're going to go up the stairs. There's no other place to go. Because you think I'm going to keep firing rockets down there. No, I'm trying to get you to go up the stairs. Because as you come the stairs, I'm dropping a bunch of grenades down there. Boom. Yep, redirect sheet. Where I need you to go. Redirected sheet. I miss that game so much. Then they came with the GTA, which I think the best online GTA was 4. I think that's the one with the Russian, right? I think it's 4. That was the best online. The best. For those of you paying on I think Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 storyline was freaking absolutely amazing. I've never played with 3 characters at the same time. That was freaking truly groundbreaking for me at the end. That was beautiful. But the online play sucks. I'm sorry, it just sucks. You know why? Why the freak do I want to pay for insurance on a car? You know the whole purpose of GTA is to be able to run crazy through a city and do crazy stuff. That's the best. That's one of the beautiful thing about GTA. What's it about? You can go to a city and steal cars. You can drive them through windows. You can start firefights with cops. You can do anything you want in there. That crazy. So helicopters, do tanks, all kinds of. It's total mayhem. We all know at the end of the day, when you get in the car, there's no way in the world you're obeying traffic lights. No one does that. Most people drive on the sidewalk. I do all the time. Does that make you a psychopath? No, you just can do it in the game because you can get away with it. That's the beautiful thing about GTA. If they made it, if 9/11 didn't happen, you'd be crashing planes and buildings. You know you would. So yeah, GTA is insane. I love that game. And then when 5 came out, the gameplay was absolutely beautiful. I'm building this up, by the way. It was absolutely beautiful. But they messed it up. When I got online, I was like, oh, you got to pay for insurance. You got to pay for this. What the freak? So you're going to zap me back into the world of this reality, back into that world in the video game, which I don't want to accept that reality, and force me, and people in the game to get candy, Apple at the end of the day. You hit someone's car, a kid was crying about his car getting hit. Mom, insurance, I had to pay for this. Are you kidding me? Is this GTA? That's nothing like GTA. The GTA they had on 4, on the other hand, was brutal. Man, all out. Kill whoever you want, smash people's cars up, use rocket launchers. You can turn the police on, which I like to do, turn the police on. Because what's the fun thing? The best thing about it is you shoot other people, and now you get the police chasing you. And if you do enough damage, you got the army chasing you, which gives you a good opportunity to get the tanks. Yeah, a good opportunity to get the tanks. I never forget in the game, we're sitting there having this battle, and I'm walking up and down the alleyways with a rocket launcher blowing up people's cars, and I see my buddy just blow by on a motorcycle with his buddy behind him shooting back at the police that are chasing him. I was like, yeah, this game is sick. And then the beautiful thing about it, you can change the weather in the game. So yeah, I had fog in the prison, melee zone. You can only use knives in there. That was fun, because I don't know what. Out in the park, we had rain in the park, rocket launchers only. So the part, like literally like Battlefield 3 in there. Man, we had so much fun in the game. You could change out the weapons, you could change out the weather, you can put cops in. The boards were always massively full of people all the time to play that game. The online version was amazing. So I'm hoping they do that with this one and don't bring in that insurance and all that other dumb nonsense into the game. Then you got a bunch of people and they're crying about you hit their car, you know, you got to pay for insurance. I'm like, what the freak? I miss the days of being able. We had what was it, team deathmatch? We turned the team deathmatch into contests. So a bunch of people come in. We all start up at the end, the first spawn of the board. Whoever makes it to the Statue of Liberty first gets a year of Xbox Live. They'll send over the codes to you. So I was in charge of the codes. If you got there first, then you got the digits and you got a year free. So we always had people in the room for these contests. And it was the most funniest contests ever. Because you could do whatever you want to anybody. Rocket launchers, whatever. It doesn't make a difference. You just have to make sure you're there first. That's what you have to do. I literally watched somebody come by in a speedboat with an Uzi and shoot people in the water to keep them from getting to the Statue of Liberty. And no sooner than he basically gunned down about 3 or 4 people, here comes a helicopter taking him out. Oh man, it was absolutely beautiful. That was a wonderful game, man. A wonderful game. And 3 of my buddies went to the top of the Empire State Building, which is another headache to do, by helicopter. So you have to get a lot of armor, full health, and you have to get to the top of the Empire State Building, and you have to drop off at a certain point that basically it's going to kill your armor dramatically, but it's going to leave you very little health, but you're able to stand on the building. But you have to figure out exactly how high when you hit, because sometimes if you're too high, then it'll kill you when the time you hit the building, or you'll fall off the side of the building and die. It took me about 8 attempts to land it just right so we can all sit up there and watch the sunrise. And we had to do it before the sunrise kicked in. So that's one of our memorable moments I had with one of my gamers, that we sat up on top of their museum and watched the sunset come in with a bunch of my buddies. Yep, so I have a lot of fond memories of console. A lot of fond memories of console. I gotta get my game back, man. I like that game. That was a really good game. The driving game, they pulled it from the library. This is why I'm glad to have an optical drive on my system. Because I can't get it anyway. Where are my scissors? I gotta get this done. People, you have to understand. People say, I'm not wasting time. I'm killing time. Nothing's open right now. I need to pick up supplies right now for my setup. I want to finish that screen and have it on display. I got emails to go out to today and bills at the same time. And I have multiple screens I have to cope with this new formula for our transparent technology. And then, mind you, I still have the gunmetal to develop on the other website to get that ready. And I have 3 different versions, or actually 4 different versions now of the ILE screen paint. We have the black rose gold and the haze coming out pretty soon. So all that has to be done. So nowhere near done. But I had to knock this out and get this out of the way, because this was just sitting around like, I gotta get this finished. I need my desk cleared off. I need it done. That's what I'm doing here, getting this done. So right now I'm building the piece that locks up top, that allows me to lock the whole system in place. So yeah, it's all cardboard. Casing, all that, it's all cardboard. If I had the facility, which that's what I'm getting now, is when I'm working on getting a bigger facility to work in, I'd have made it all out of wood. But cardboard's fun too, on top of that. So I do plan to build one out of cardboard and one out of, let me do a cardboard and wood combo. That'd be hot. And we still got more flowers to put in, more beautiful flowers. I actually need some flowers with some pretty colors with it. Just pop them in there here and there. And then here on this system, because that has glass going onto it too, it has this system door going on it too. This one right here, we have to make the door so it has a little bit of gap in it because I need airflow to push back and forth out of there. That's running all 4,000 RPMs. That's a lot of freaking power in there running right now. That's what that's running right now. The liquid cooling system's 8 by itself. The hard drive's running 4,000 on top of it. And then the intake fan right there at the bottom, that's another 4,000. Inside the case on each side are 4,000. So that's a lot of RPMs running in the case. So we got to put a gauge in there, the thermostat. I got silver insulation tape coming in. So I can make my pipe systems to hide all my cables and wires. It can look like they're actually going to do like a pipeline system. Much like you see for like air conditioning units for the top of buildings and stuff like that. So right now we're building the whole box system for that over there, which is the same one we have over there. This involves the cloud. So we may be able to install a cloud in today. You ever seen a cloud done under vegetable oil? Oh, that's definitely possible. You can run a cloud system underwater. You can put a thunder cloud system under vegetable oil. It's a sick display to do. The thunder cloud system, yep. Operate on the vegetable oil. Very used to do. Yeah, I'm gonna try that game again. I like that game. There's one game I find I really, really like. It's close enough to Unreal Tournament. It's a crowded server, and the game sends me to the hospital. Pushes my adrenaline to the roof. Which tells you right there about getting old. Because when I was young, I played that game faithfully every single day. And now I play it, it's like, adrenaline. And video games can send you to the hospital. You don't realize that, yeah. Your heart racing. I won't kill you. I don't think anyone's ever died from a video game. Man, I remember I had an ex-girlfriend had a thing about video games. Like, she didn't like video games. She had a thing about video games should be banned. She was one of those. Later on, I found out about this. When I saw her son's collection, I was like, what the freak? You're like, yeah, why do you have all these kiddie games in here? He had a bunch of kiddie games. He had not one game in there involving shooting anything. There are all kiddie games in there. But like, what are you giving these games for? You know, you're just going to go out and just get the game either way, right? That's not going to stop. I go to a friend's house and play GTA. It's going to stop them. But I think those games are violent. I think they're wrong for people to play at the end of the day and blah, 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 blah. I got her hooked on GTA. It's nothing wrong with it. It's a game. It kills stress for a lot of people. Rather they do that in the game than they do it in real life. She had a ball, man. She was trying to drive and trying to be respectful. I said, go up on the curb. You know you want to. Everybody goes on the curb. Who the freak doesn't go on the curb? Especially being chased by police. At that particular point, you on a mission and you slam someone's car and it brings up cops. You don't care at that particular point. You're trying to figure out any way to get rid of the cops and finish the mission at the same time. No one. I don't think anyone does. How many people walked into a convenience store and stuck up a convenience store because you could do it? Everybody does that, man. I've had so much fun in that game. It's unbelievable, man. Side of a mountain, like, I'm just gonna go down the side of this mountain, just see how much damage your car can take. You just figure out all kinds of jacked up stuff in the game. I freaking love that game. I hope they make the other game ruthless. I really do. Let me see. What are we gonna do? We got a top part for this. Do we even need a top part for this? Can we see it from there? Oh, I can see it from there. I can really see the bottom part. I can't read the top part. All right, cool. We'll just put this in. Got my money on my mind. Got me thinking every time. Watch. Yep. Now, am I getting... Oh, I forgot. I'm not getting GTA on console. I'm getting on PC. I got to build me a case. My case won't go for it. My sister's boyfriend has the PS5. We'll be looking at it like, just let me touch it. I'll modify that thing for you. Right now, he wants to increase his memory. I'm like, let me modify it for you. I will modify it. I'll make it liquid cooling. Because he has overheating issues with his system. Those systems overheat. Of course they overheat. They put them things inside of a small little box with all these PC parts in it. You know what happens? You ever look at PCs? You ever see the room that's inside of a PC? How much room is in there? There's a lot of room in there. You know why? Air circulation is very important when you have PC parts in there. Very important. That's why they're in such an open case. You stick them things in a compressed case, you will have problems at the end of the day. They overheat. The Dells do pretty good, even though they're so compressed in. But they don't use parts in there to generate a ton of heat. You're actually using parts that generate a ton of heat. Especially the M2. Are you kidding? How much heat generated off a hard drive from M2? A lot. And they stick it in that little compressed box. That's why you have to buy little attachments and fans and all that stuff. That's not going to help you. That's just fans. Well, it's funny when people take those fans and stick them on their system. You're pulling hot air from a. Say something that you're in the. Okay, you're in the area where you have to have the heat on. You're going to stress your system out. I bet you there's a survey that more of those systems burn out, including PCs that burn out in the winter months than it is in the summer months. In the summer months, you have air conditioning on. So if your system is already hot, a lot of people don't realize this, and you stick a fan on there, and you got the heat on, guess what you're doing? You're sucking more heat and out in the environment back into a system that's stressed out. Because mine blew out in the summertime. That's when mine went out. No, sorry, wintertime. Mine went out in the wintertime. So yeah, in the wintertime, yeah, because you got the heat on. But if you're in an area like, you really don't worry about that. At the end of the day, it's like a hot area like California or Florida, you really wouldn't have that issue. Which I'm curious to do a survey on how many different states had more burnouts on the system than actually other states that didn't. Because if you live in an area that's warm all the time, you would have AC on 24/7. So your system would have a longer time of lasting. But if you live in an area where basically you get cold weather and you got to turn the heat on, you're sucking all that heat right back into the system. You burn it out even faster. I just thought about that. The game I had, which was, and games especially require a lot of buffering. Halo was one of them. Gears was one of them. Samurai Warrior was one of them. It has a lot of characters on the board. That's why your game's jumping. Woo! It starts speeding up. But anyway, yeah, that was right in the wintertime when that game went out. My system went out. Yep. Man, think about that, people. Think about that. Yep, that's why I like using fans. I put fans on there. They're just for show. Those fans in there, they'll keep it cool, but the main thing that keeps it cool is the liquid cooling system sitting over top of it. That's the main important thing, because that's what keeps my CPU nice and cold. If I'm doing that GPU at the end of the day is a low profile GPU, it doesn't overheat. It doesn't only get hot, to tell you the truth. So the heat sink system that's sitting on it is perfect. Now if I got something like roughly like a 3050 or any a 40 series or even a 50 series, I'm liquid cooling that. There's no way in the world putting stock fans on those things. Oh heck no. No. Not a 5090. Are you crazy? Yeah, you'll find out. You'll figure out what goes on with them things. That thing will overheat in a hot second. That freaking weak 1500 RPM fan they're gonna put on there RPMs at 1500. That's not good enough. You need 4000, man. You need 4000 and up to keep that thing cool. And on top of that, like I said, I'm doing liquid cooling system, dedicated liquid cooling system, dedicated power supply system, and I'm buffing all my fans up to 4000 or over. There's no way in the world we're running stock fans. Oh heck no. Nope. That system's going to be iced down. And I see people running them with the regular, plug them in and play, like, that's not going to last long. There are all kinds of problems with that one. Good luck with your PC not setting on fire. That's another thing too. The little cables they had. And any other problem? The problem with the 40, the 4090s had that issue. Or 48, 4090s had that issue, but they were setting on fire, catching on fire because of the cables. It would overheat and melt the system. That's another problem right there. Well, if you had an acrylic case, you were screwed because, man, that thing is all plastic. Your case would have burnt to the ground. Like, whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. Please won't you be... Oh, give me this for you. I need this for you. My whoop-de-doo. Ugh. Today's games, a 3050 or a 3070 is good enough. You don't need to have all the high-end parts. Any PC gamer is going to know this. Any PC gamer is going to know that. That you don't really need all that stuff to play games on it. The only people have that who say that then the console gamers. Console gamers claiming to be PC gamers will make this consumption that you need all these high-end parts. Where the frick are you getting this from? You got to have these high parts. No, you don't. What the freak are you talking about? That's what they pipe your system up. Your system on the PS4, what? The GPU is equivalent to what's supposed to be like a 4070. That's supposed to be equivalent to. We get God of War in our system plays on a 20 series. They overcharge you for parts. Pretty much. Overcharge you for parts. You know, I've seen a couple of them at the thrift store. Not the thrift store, it's a gaming store we have around here. I'm going to buy one and strip it down, take it apart. Bet you half the stuff that's in that thing at the end of the day is not even necessary. Bunch of hype on it. Nothing but a bunch of hype. And that's when people sat there and said, well, I bought the limited edition. You got ripped off if you bought the limited edition. You bought the limited edition for a case. That's literally what you bought, a case. Somebody could 3D print that thing at the end of the day, probably make it better than what they sold it to you at the end of the day. You bought a case. It's nothing different. That called me. It's nothing different between the PS5 Pro and the limited edition. What's different? What's different in hardware? Tell me. Better GPU, CPU, more RAM? It's the same thing. It's literally exactly the same thing. The only difference is it just has a case. So you paid $1,000 for a case. If you were going to make it a limited edition, you know what they should have did? The intro. You know the intro they have with the PS1 when it comes on? They should have put the intro on there. That would have made it different from the previous one of the PS5 Pro. Tell me how sick that would be. Any programmers out there, so you can do that one. That'd be pretty cool. I would love to see that. But they should have made, if they're making an anniversary edition behind the PS1, number one, they should have had a modded controller that looks like the PS1 controller, which would have been sick. And the intro should have came on playing the intro from the PS1. Now, for those who basically paid $1,000 for that system, that sucks when you hear that, doesn't it? Because that's what they should have did. Then you would have had a limited edition. because the Pro versions wouldn't even have that on it. Only that particular model would make that particular model different. No, you just bought a case. That's really what you bought. You paid $1,000 for a case. Because I have a friend of mine, he got one. He's like, but it's a collector's. Collector's how? And they tell me, how long do you have to have that thing sitting? That thing's at least going to be sitting for a good maybe 30 years before it actually starts getting some kind of value to it. And it may not get that value at 30 years. It may not even get it. So, what makes that thing different than my buddy who doesn't have one? What makes it different? Well, I have a special case for it. So you paid $1,000 for a case. So nothing else is different. None of the hardware is different. It's the same thing. Well, technically, yeah, it is. All right, moving on. But I got the optical drive. Yeah, who cares? Moving on. Yeah. Nothing special in it. So I told him about the intro. He said, oh, that would have been nice to have the intro come up like the PS1. Why didn't they do that? Oh well. Maybe next time. Maybe next time you'll pay for it. But this time they want to charge you so much money. If they pull it up, I guarantee you, if PlayStation probably listen to me right now and they think that's a fantastic idea, let's go do it. I couldn't care less if they take it because I don't care. But anyway, we're gonna do that for the next limited edition. The next limited edition. Always come out with a limited edition. They're gonna charge you so much money for that thing. And you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna pay it. Yes, you are. Because your mind is sold to the machine. Plus, there's no other parts you can get. There's other parts you can get, and you know, cool, you don't need that. You just upgrade it once, but they won't allow you to do that. Well, can you imagine if the PS6 gave you the option to change out your parts, but you could only use their parts only? Xbox did that. Xbox did that when the Xbox One first came out. That's why I had those weird control ports on. They weren't USB, because it made it, at the end of the day, you couldn't use third-party support. You can only use their stuff only. They did the same thing with the hard drives, too. Both systems did that with their hard drives. They made it so that you could only use their hard drives only. If you had an original Xbox which had a 10 gig hard drive in it, you try to replace it with another one, it wouldn't read. They started doing it after the 360s. 360s, you can slap any kind of hard drive in a 2.5 laptop hard drive and it automatically format and read. But then before that, no. Then they gave you the flash drive capability and all that stuff. At one point, no. For you GTA fans out there, I bump into these GTA fans all the time. Especially the Xbox ones. Did you know that PlayStation was exclusively, well actually Rockstar, GTA was exclusively only for the PlayStation only? For those that don't know, that's not true. Look it up. It is true. As a matter of fact, it was on the Genesis. There's a UK version, I talked about this, an American version, it was on cartridge, the bird's eye view. I remember when one of those stations, Channel 1016, they were talking about how they wanted to ban the game because the game allowed you to kill cops in the game. They want you to get rid of it because it was too violent. Well, look at it now. But anyway, yeah, that's what it was on cartridge. And then later on, it was only ported for the PlayStation only. So it was on the PlayStation Portable before it ever came to the Xbox. Because I had the original version. I had the version that based on the Xbox One, and they finally ported over. It was a 2 double-sided discs. It had Vice City, and it had Grand Theft Auto 3 on it. I actually have my original one. That's when it came to Xbox. So when GTA first was launched, it was on console system, which was the Genesis and Saturn. I think it was on Saturn, it was on Genesis. And then later on, they ported over for PlayStation. It was for PlayStation only. The Xbox got it later on, when the Xbox One came out. Yes, sirree! Look it up for yourself if you don't believe it. Oh my goodness, he's right. He's right. It's never for us. It's never meant for you. They made that only strictly for the whatchamacallit, for PlayStation only. Yes, sirree, people. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. How much knowledge you know of GTA. And I actually had the cartridge version too, by the way. Of American and UK. Oh, I knew you were going to pop off the wall. Oh, did we not leave the box? Way over there. Why? Why do you do that? People do that. I do it myself all the time. Perfect. And once that box under Velcro, that'll be in there. You see that, people? Do you see that? You see how beautiful that looks? I promised myself I wouldn't cry, but I'm gonna cry. It's pretty cool, huh? Cool. All right, cool. That's gonna fit there perfectly. I should have stolen my cloud. Woo! Oh, I'm building crazy builds, baby. Crazy builds. That's why I explain, not in your world. I can't express that one enough. Because I've already seen no create the same. I'm a different type of builder, baby. Different type of builder. Let me see. Now, that fits in there nicely. Quite nicely indeed. And we can basically put our box in. And I think I go for a walk outside. Somebody's just calling my name. Make sure that fitting is nice and snuggy, people. Nice and snuggy. PS form 1500. PS form 1500. I'm going to get that today. Oh, if you did the back area too, that would definitely help. We gotta reinforce all that today. Cool. We have to do cardboard reinforcement for the table here. Then black that out. The black paper there. And then install this desk over here. And put that block in there so it stays in there. Support block stays in there. Kadoosh. Should I show you how to do flower arrangements? You want to learn them. Neon flower arrangements with a crystal glow water. I see the boss. I used to work for a place called Prince a long time ago for flower arrangements. Did you know that? Yep. Yes, sir. Every place I go at, I learn to take a skill level from them. Like a Mega Man kind of thing at the end of the day. So you teach me how to arrange flowers, I learn everything there about it. Read books on it, the whole 9 yards. I like to do the best at everything that I do. Woo! Asteroid destruction. Ah. And we gotta finish that thing. Oh, we gotta finish that thing today too. We gotta finish that other thing today. On top of that. Like Mr. Bird, I don't like your attitude. Oh man, I still gotta cut my port in there right there, the side from my what's my phone. Mr. Bird. Mr. Bird. If you don't like your attitude, it's going to a thundercloud now. Thundercloud. Come on, naysayers, don't get mad at me. See right here, we're using USB. This will power right through the PC. Ooh, with no separate cords anywhere. It's going to look absolutely extraordinary. But to make sure we got it running just right, we have a system over there that allows to power this up with no problem whatsoever. And that's what we're going to do. This is going to be awesome. Awesome, I tell you. Are we going to need this much? think I need as much, to tell you the truth. To retrace it. Oh, we could do that. These are weatherproof too. Oh, cool. All right. Let's fire this baby up. We've got our battery pack. Taco bear. Didn't know that, did you? My cat is part taco, part bear. Didn't know that, did you? Yes, he is. He's a bear, taco bear. There we go. Boom. There we go. People, look at we got the power system running. Now, wait. We're running DC or AC. If it's running through USB, it's pretty much DC. But look at that right there. Is that so sexy? And he was like, you're just trying to be. I'm like this 24/7. This is me at the end of the day. I like to have fun. I don't get to worry about other people. Because I don't want to say that because, I'm worried about other people and say, who freaking cares? Live your life, for goodness sake. Stop living in such a freaking box all day long. What are you doing? Oh. What are you doing? Oh, this isn't long. This is actually pretty good. Okay, cool. I thought this was going to be like, this was going to be like a lot. So this is actually pretty good. All right, where's the remote control for this thing? How can you play with this? Let me see what we got on these lights. This is for the Thundercloud system. First time I saw somebody install a Thundercloud system, I thought that was the most fascinating thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and I still think they're fascinating. I love watching them. Let's see what we got here with our lights here. Oh, they're just going to fall off the side, right? We have the chasers on here. Come on, man. Really? Get rid of that. Let's have chasers on. Let's have chasers on here. Come on. Oh, they do chase. Oh, they chase. You know how much money I paid for the chasers? These are cheaper because they're not these. These are more expensive. Which one of them are chasers? These are different. But I need that lightning effect. We got chasers on here, people. Chasers. Let's see. Let's slow it down some. Boom. There we go. All right, Mr. Blue, let's get this one started. Things we do for love, like walking in rain, snow, and no place to go. We feel a part of you, it's really about you. Here's that song. It's a good song, by the way. Really good song. Got us to it one day. Look at that. We might take these down. Definitely might take them down. Definitely. We'll go back over some tape. It should stick pretty rough. It's cardboard to cardboard. Really fantastic. But I am a mod master. Mod master. Sorry, Mackie already get up a nice lightning effect in there. I have to disconnect from here. Definitely. Whew, man, stretching this. No! All right, get off mine. done it well, done it. It's a different. It's not one anymore. Oh man! Look at the barrel there. Let me see what you're doing. Okay, that's interesting. Luke's been knocking on stuff. Alright, let me see what I need next. We need, I want some clear tape on that, because I do not want that pulling out. Kind of bad into the lead lights, nothing to, ever since then, I make sure they're always taped down. Unless you got the reds. You got the reds and the blues in there, then you're good. Them suckers aren't coming up. I guarantee they're going to take paint with it. But if you got the clears and the browns, yeah, there's a good chance it'll come down. I had that happen when I put these lid lights on one time. Did this great job, came in, they were all on the floor. I was so ticked off over that. I had to take everything right back up again. Then I realized the adhesive on the back of them, which I did a whole entire video on it, different types of lid lights, and the adhesive, if it's red and blue, oh, it's not coming down. Trust me, it'll tear your paint off with it. So just be warned about that one. When them suckers are up, they're up. I want to make sure how. Well, these are actually pretty good. This is actually pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Alright. Yeah, these are not coming down. Good stuff. We're going to take some of that with me. They do come down. Put that there. This and this not coming down. Now they're in there. I tried to pull one off and actually strip some of the that cardboard with it. So yeah, those are actually pretty good. All right, where's my cloud at? Now with a cotton shorting out the PC, now you ain't nowhere near it. But if you are putting a cloud inside your PC, you want to make sure you spray over all the cotton with static-free spray. So that way it doesn't cause any form of static buildup and short out your PC. Another trick for modders. You're welcome. Because it's what we do, people. It's what we do. We share information. That's what I like. Modders who shared information allow me to build a lot of cool stuff. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. And I share right back. It's what we do, people. It's what we do. Oh, man. I'm going to turn to a white werewolf when I get done all this. A new patch of gray here. Really? Try to glue. Give me glue! Now, I'm going to do this one a little differently. I'll put the light version on, and then we're going to get another set of lights, embed them inside. If I want them to change in two different directions, put those in. Oh, people call me Space Cowboy. This is one. I forgot about this part. I really forgot about this part. Oh, this can get turned to a hairy man. Now, let me see. I'm gonna plug this in while I'm doing this thing. Woohoo! People! That chaser system is freaking beautiful. Look at that. It's gonna give off that flash of lightning, baby. I'm gonna put the link where I got the chasers from. I got it for cheap too. I got it for real cheap. Using chasers. I first got my first set of chasers. I was going somewhere, and I remember this bar had them outside the window. It was insane. The light show. The light show, music going off. And I'm like, where did they get those from? So we stopped over. And of course, the bar where we're at was a Dominican bar. I don't speak a lick of Spanish, and my ex did. And she asked the guy this information. And she came out and said, yeah, there's so much, so much, so much. I said, really? And then we gave me the link, and I bought them. These didn't have dimmers on them, by the way. These suckers were super bright. You know that from the door. They were super bright. Those are the first ones that came out. They were super, super ultra bright. And then later on, they came with these. Now these are fantastic because they have the USBs, you know. Because I don't have to worry about running any extra plugs and stuff. I can plug it right to the motherboard. I'm done with it. Thunder System. Thunder System. So much easier way of doing it. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there, people. When that pushed off. Let me see. go. It's getting there. It's getting there, people. Okay, I'm gonna snap this thing. There. Put that here for a little bit. So much film. Now you choose now to give me problems. Oh, no wonder it's not working. We're not even plugged in. That's just jacked up, ain't it? I'm like, what the freak? How come this thing's not melting? Yeah, we unplugged ourselves. All right, get to that. I might do a lighting system in there, in that big one. This thing turns out the way I think it is. This is going to be pretty cool looking. So the lights, I got them for like $7. And these are the chasers. These are the ones you need to actually get that lightning effect to trigger off. So I'll put the link where I got them at. Got them over, picked them up over, and they have the USBs on too, which is fantastic. You can plug them right directly to your PC. Alright, let's get back to work. Are we heating up? Are we good? There's something in there. Nice. Yeah, well, it's definitely right. Round is definitely right, Mr. Taco Bear. Round. No idea what he's routing about where he's at, but he just went round. Oops. The last little bit, things are starting to get a little hairy. What did you just pull out again? Oh, let's see. I don't know that. You've got to be kidding me. Really? Stay in there. Oh, you fight me so. It's a little area where I'm at right now, and I swear this stuff wants to fight me so badly, it's just driving me nuts. But we'll get it done. That's the whole process of getting it done, going through the struggle of it all. Get it done. There we go. Better. Sheesh. Just take that a little bit. some over here too. Don't fight me, go for the goal. It's so difficult. Real blood again. Oh, I swear. Oh, it's one little spot, man, and it's fighting me so hard on this. Let's regroup. It's literally fighting the daylights out of me. Oh, don't tell me I just ripped out the whole cord. I literally pulled the whole cord out now. Okay, let's get to the madness of it all. Let's fight me a little bit here. Spread this apart a little bit so it's nice and tight in here. There you go. Wait for you to heat up. Got a little bit more to go. Definitely wants to fight me some. But you're gonna go. You have no choice. Gone up a little bit. Getting at the very end of it, and this wants to fight a little bit. Yes. Battles. I'm not gonna last a minute. Looks like a demanding job there. Not done. I still want to do a more touch-up job in there, but let me get that started. Ooh, man. I'm up in some jacked up cramped places at the end of the day. Man. That's some jacked up cramped places we had. Still not done yet. I still got to go back in and basically pad that in a little better, but give you an idea what's going on up there. It's got a nice little lighting effect to it. Let's throw some lights out for this. Perfect song for this AC/DC Thunderstruck. Yeah! Look at that, people. The insanity of the madness. There we go. Man, I tell you, to bring this thing to life is insane work. It's worth every minute of it. You think that's crazy? Wait till we build the tabletop systems. They are huge. I got people coming to help me with that because there's no way I'm doing that thing by myself. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it. When I see I love it when a plan comes together. Man, you know how many times I see this in my head? Every time we build these machines, I see the whole thing in my head. The whole thing. And to watch it all come to life. Oh my goodness, it's so much work. It's worth it. Every minute of it is putting it all together. So I'll find the lights. I'll put the link in there. I'll do it right now because I got to run out. I got stuff I got to do. I'm trying to get that done, get this done, and everything. And like I said, I may have my phone on camera. I may act silly and this, that, and the other, but I get the job done. I get it done. Thunderstruck. So at the end of the day, you know, neighbors at the end of the day. We got neighbors we always got neighbors in here. Every day we got neighbors in here. In here, upset and angry, hoping for something to fail. I can't explain this enough. Our technology, knowledge, everything we have comes from God. Failure is not for us. It's just not for us. Because, you know, that's the part that the naysayer got to understand. You got to understand this. You have to really put this in your head and understand. If you're expecting for God to fail, then what good is God going to be for you when you need him? So you're in a situation where you're trying to find God and you need him and he fails for you. So if that's the case and you're saying at the end of the day that, you know, you're hoping we would fail, we put our trust in God at the end of the day. That's why we put our trust in him, because he doesn't fail us. He's always there. He always has our back. So you wishing bad things on us ain't going to happen, ever. Not in a million trillion years. It's never going to happen. The same way, if you finally find God and you need him in a situation where it's dire, you don't want God to fail you. All right then. Then how can you wish failure on a Christian at the end of the day and trying to get his blessings to go, I guess, belly up? When a time will come one day, you're going to need God desperately, and you're going to pray that your prayers don't go on deaf ears. There you go. That's why we can trust him, because he's always blessing us, always taking care of us. So if I sit there and say that my technology I have here is 100% bona fide real, which we don't care about saying it anymore, because again, we're contracted, then it is what it is. If Mr. Bird's going to become a millionaire, it is what it is. If my technology is going to be splattered from one side of the globe to the next, it is what it is. Oh, there's cotton on the floor. I thought it was my cat. What your pretty feet doing over here? Yeah, it is what it is. I said, you curse a Christian, the same curses fall upon your own head. Same destruction falls upon your own head. And that's what they're going to realize. If they hit the crossroads and they follow it correctly and they serve God, they will understand that the situation they got themselves in, they're going to need God 100%. They don't want God to fail them. Which is the same thing that you were doing to me, trying to get my blessings to fail. Which is a good example showing that God at the end of the day, if he's going to do something, he's going to do it. Well, I'm so glad to see this getting there. Cloud system and all that. Paying everything in so that all triggers. There's no control for this thing. I'm having fun with this lightning effect here. That's the chaser. It has multiple displays we can do on this thing. I say this is one of the craziest cases I've ever built. It is. It's actually one of the craziest ones. Even out of PC cases, if you're talking about the mag, it's one of the. I got one area I do want to hit in there and get that done. And after that, I got to scoot out. I got things I got to do today. I got to come back in. I got to repad this thing again. So it does need a little touch up in there, more cotton. I got all the main places and main areas I need to get. Looking underneath of it, I can see there's some areas I definitely need to hit. And I got to order my icicles. It's another case. Don't you dare fight me. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Alright, cool. Good. Well, we got it. Awesome. Got it. That's the one area I didn't get. Let me disconnect this. Whew. Man, that was interesting. So I got to cut the slot in here for the rest of all the ports for everything else to come out. I don't think we're going to need much because I guess wireless keyboard and mouse. So that's not going to need any wires. And then the wireless headsets, they're not going to need any wires hanging out, so we don't need that. And then the drive we're going to put in there, I'm going to put a smaller thumb drive in there for our internet, so that's not even needed. So, and the microphone system, we're putting them all wireless, so there's nothing coming out of this thing, to tell you the truth. Honestly, just so the power cords, that's it. That's pretty much all. Because I'm going to minimize as much as possible. Right now we're charging this off the battery bank system. That's running the whole entire storm system. There's cotton and some $7 LED lights, which later on I'll put that information below. If I got to rush out, I need supplies and stuff I got to get done today. Got a couple of letters I got to drop off at the post office, stuff like that. Usual stuff, usual work. Where the fuck is the charge for this thing? Come on, man. That's up under my feet. %. That ain't bad. 48%. Got 2 glow sticks in there. Are we gluing anything else? Oh, we have to glue that base in there. As soon as we get everything painted in, we'll put that in there. So we got this spray. That's what we're using a spray bottle for. It's a highly concentrated green and black combination that'll go into there. We're going to do 2 sprays in there to color those clouds a little bit. Light can still transfer through it. Little trick you learned on how to color your clouds. I actually did a tutorial way back on showing you how to basically rust out a power supply. I like this. See this plastic right here? Now this could be used for something. What do you think we can use this for? I can tell you 30 different ways we can use it into a mod. We're definitely keeping that. Because that could be used for something nice. Alright. That trust taco on a cotton. Taco on the cotton. chocolate chip was definitely that's what you do. This weird stuff. That's glue stick, but that's not behind there. Take some recordings of this, take it to my buddies. Because I've been showing this thing piece by piece to them, putting this thing together. Like, what you working on today? And so we're putting a PC together. It's funny because crazy how all this started over a little box. Literally, all this started over a little box. Something crazy with a little box. And I was going to do these screens, but I'm going to do smaller screens up here for the setups on the original PCs we had them designed. So I wasn't planning to change anything over. And my sister was telling me about, they make this furniture that you can hide a litter box in. So you can't even see the litter box. It hides the furniture. It has freshener system and all that, and I'm like, that's freaking cool. So I was going to buy one. They wanted $75. It's just a box system. That's all it is. $75. So I said, I got to extend the desk anyway. It needs to be extended. I need more room on the desk. We'll do it that way. I can put the little box on the bottom. He's got the freshener strips around it. Everything down there for him. So we'll do it that way. I can hide the little box, put a cool display up here, expand the desk. And then later on, in the middle of a stream, I was like, I never had a wall PC before. And I think, oh goodness gracious, it's in my head. It's in my head, we got to build it. I'm thinking, I don't feel like taking the whole thing apart, putting it all back together. It's going to be a ton of work. So then it started with that. We started stripping them down, turn them to the flat PCs. And then I thought to myself, how are you going to get this thing on a wall? Because again, the power supplies, the way they're designed, if you look at them, they're connected right on the side. So if I put another one next to that, I'm blocking the heat from another one. I'm going to cut a hole in there, put a port. That became a headache. I said, well, what if I just build giant cases and stick them in giant cases and lay them flat to the cases? And that's where we came up with all this. And all it started from a litter box. A litter box triggered all this. Yep, so most likely when we build something, and then I thought this would be a great way to display the new screens. So we just added the rings. Yep, all this started from a litter box. That's when people come in and you say, I'm going to build a simple project. You come back and there's tools and parts and all like, I thought it was going to be simple. It started off that way, but then the madness set in and it just went poof. Like, you're just building all this crazy stuff. Yeah, definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. Now this right here, someone's asking, was they're going to do we don't do the actual screen. That's not the actual screen, that's the sizing for the screen. So I can, with the programs I'll have in there, what I want, I can basically make that freeze up because it's a projection screen. Freeze up. ISO crack. Make glass break away, all that crazy stuff. We want make it snow. Alright, I did a couple of videos on this. Send it to my people on the site. They're watching me put this thing together bit by bit by bit. Hope you all enjoyed the build. A great time here, building, putting it all together. We're still working on it. We're still not even done yet, but at least we got some progress in there because I have to have some kind of progress on my day done. That's why I said I don't have time to get up in the morning and do dumb stuff. I'm a very busy person. I try to learn something new every day of my life. I refuse to waste my time doing dumb stuff. Life is too short to be an idiot. Especially when you don't know how much time you have on the earth. That's what people don't get. You don't know how much time you got on the earth. You can go out and do something stupid and don't wake up the next day. You don't have no extra time you have on the earth. Doesn't make a difference. People chalk it up to saying, well, I'm healthy and I'm young. Don't add that in there. Never add that in. You don't know when your time comes up. It has nothing to do with whether you're healthy or whether you're young. It has something to do with when your timeline is going to end. Now, some people are meant to be here for a long time. Some people are not meant here to be for a long time. Some people a very short time. So never sit there and count your days as if in the way at the end of the day you're going to be here for a long time, because chances are you probably won't. Just be lucky that every day that you're blessed to get up and see another day, because it doesn't have to work out that way. Give you your time. Like it says right there in the Bible about the rich man who went out and built bigger barns and got more grain and got more gold and everything he had. He had built all these massive barns to put in all these riches that he was collecting on the earth. And the Lord said, you fool, It's your soul I've acquired tonight. He lost his life. He died. All those barns sat there with all those precious possessions for other people to take. You never know. When your time comes up, you don't know. You got a couple of stars that passed away. They didn't know when their time was going to come up. It's never told when. That's why you got to look at life at the end of the day, and you got to basically invest in your future and basically serving God, because you don't know when your time is going to come. I'll tell you before I leave, I'll never forget a short story about a guy who was Kennedy. He died on the Schuylkill River of a heart attack, rowing. Matter of fact, they have a monument out there of his boat and him rowing. I forget which Kennedy it was. But he went out and he had a dinner, he had a breakfast, some eggs and stuff like that. He always said what he had before he went out. And he went rowing out in the river and he had a heart attack and died. It's one of the Kennedys. And they have a boat out there, a statue out there on what happened, when that whole incident that happened. But he's in excellent shape. He's a rower. You have to be in really good shape. You're hard to be in amazing shape if you're a rower. But yeah, he had a heart attack and died. And you got stars like George Burns, who smoked cigars every single day of his life. He passed away at 90. So. Wait, what are we hooked into on this? Oh, I'll go there. On this side. We have some cyberpunk environments, which I like to look at. Let me see. Let me find this one. Which Kennedy died on the Schuylkill River rowing? According to Kennedy's family, experienced several tragedies. Okay. Who was it? Someone passed away. Wasn't it Kennedy? Let's see. According. Make sure I'm right on this before I make these statements. Who had a heart attack and died on the Schuylkill River rowing his boat? Oh, wasn't it Kennedy? It was another guy who did it. It was 2005. Scott Leo, a Boston College junior, died from an apparent heart attack on the Schuylkill River in Philadelphia after his team crossed the finish line to win. That's what it was. He was in a race and he passed away. And these guys are in excellent shape. Excellent shape. Yep, never know. Never know when your time comes. He's in excellent shape. These are rowers. These guys are in fantastic shape. He had a heart attack. Who wasn't one of the Kennedys I was offering for? Any of the Kennedys die in a rowing accident? Oh, we don't get on that, do we? Any of the Kennedys pass away in a rowing accident? Where's the microphone at? I have no idea where the microphone is. Really, I have no idea where this microphone's at. One died in a canoe accident. Gee whiz Louise. I didn't know that. Well, a lot of Kennedys went. That's crazy. A lot of the Kennedys went. I didn't know about the one about the canoe accident. About 30 minutes later, a man. 2 of them died at the same time in the canoe accident. I never knew about that at all. When did that happen? That's a shame. And then you had the stars have been dying left and right. They've been dying left and right. I mean, lots of them. You know, usually people talk about the threes. They pass away in threes. Not this time around. They didn't pass away in threes. It was 5 that passed away. So now the woman from What's Happening Now, the girl when they played the little girl in it, she passed away yesterday. So that means that 3 more go behind that. Yeah, they always talk about the Hollywood threes, but this one's 5 this time. They had 5 that passed away. Hope these people were saved. I really do. That's what scares me the most. When people pass away and they die, I pray they were saved at the end of the day. Because when people go into doing too much, you preachers at the end of the day doing too much, just putting things in God's mouth, you shouldn't be saying it's very dangerous. You should know this. You're a man of the cloth. You should know it's very dangerous to say that. But the first thing they'll say, because they want to please the family, it's about money at the end of the day, popularity for their church, because the famous person was buried at their church. That's what they think about. Instead of telling the truth. If they weren't saved, you're not going to heaven. That's how it works. People kill me at the end of the day. Don't want to accept everything in the Bible. You want to basically shift and move the Bible way, Brian. You want to move things in the Bible the way you think it should be. Well, good luck. Have a good conversation with the Almighty God. When you see his face, you explain to him where he's wrong in that book and you're right. I think in the position you're about to be in, I don't think you have much to argue about. But I can never understand that. A person will sin, drink, do everything on the face of the planet. Just because you get the charity doesn't mean you're going to heaven. You have to accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. You must follow the good book. You must follow the straight path and stay up the wide and crooked path. Just because you're saved at the end of the day doesn't mean you get to go and do all the destructive stuff you want to do and you're forgiven. It doesn't work that way. That's the equivalence, because you're not sorry for your sins if you're going to keep out doing it over and over and over again and again and again and again. Oh, just because I asked for forgiveness is forgiveness. That's like the equivalence of me coming across the street and punching you in the face. And I go, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. My bad, I punched you in the face. But then I come back out the next day and I do it. And then I do it day after day after day. Does that sound like a person who's sorry for punching you in the face? No. Then how do you think that feels to God when you come to him and you ask for forgiveness and you commit the same sin all over again? There you go. There you go. Unbelievable. Some people do all these crazy stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the minute they pass off the earth, the first thing they say is, oh, they're in heaven right now. Oh, my goodness. You have any idea the trouble you're getting yourself into by making that statement? No, they're not in heaven. I'm sorry. The burst people's bubbles at the end of the day. But in the real, you read the Bible, what God speaks of in the Bible, if you do not accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, if you do not pick up your cross and carry it with him, you are not going to heaven. That is it. I've got family members who have passed off this earth. They have not carried their cross with God. They were going to hell. That's it. And people in my family say, oh, you're ruthless. No, it's in the Bible. What part of that do you understand? Are you a Christian or are you not a Christian? What are you? Because you're going to tell me that you're going to basically pick and choose what's in God's book. You accept all of it or you accept none of it. Either you're true or you're not. Which one are you? Can't serve demons and can't serve angels at the same time. It doesn't work that well. Whoever heard of getting fresh water and polluted water from the same well? Either it's polluted or it's fresh. It's one or the other. It's not both. So people come out there and these fake Christians at the end of the day, or people out there who don't follow God, and you want to put words in people's mouths and they're, oh no, I think. No. It ain't about what you think at the end of the day. It's what God knows. And what's in that book is what God knows, and that's what you must follow. Whether you like it or not, you have to follow it. So, if you have an opinion you don't like about that, well, when your time comes and you leave off this earth, God forbid, hopefully you're on here for a bit, but when your time comes, you explain it to him. Because you're going to have to. You're going to have to explain it. You're going to have to explain everything. All your sins you committed here, you have not picked up Jesus, that cross,
You've not walked with Jesus, your sins aren't washed away. Everything you did on this planet will come with you in the next life. You'll be prosecuted for everything you have done. If you were in 5th grade and you stole from somebody, it's written in the book of life. The minute you start acknowledging sin, as a baby, you can't acknowledge sin. You don't know it. It's not there. You don't know it at all, period. Do you ever notice you have no remembrance of your birth? Nothing there, not a thing. You don't remember little bits and pieces, but nothing really there how it really felt. You know why? Because that's the time of true innocence. And you will never, ever be able to witness that, ever. Because true innocence was given to us in the Garden of Eden. We get a split second of that when we're born. And then after that, we realize and we understand the difference between wrong and right of committing sin. There you go. You remember those parts. You can't remember the parts when you were first born. Because no one can. So when you're a baby at the end of the day, you're pure. You're about as pure can be. But when the minute you start realizing the difference between feeling guilty for something you did wrong, this is where the things are written in the book of life. So everything you've done on this planet, from the day you first realize of committing a sin, is now you will be prosecuted for it in the next life. And the punishment for that is absolutely horrible. It's horrible. Eternity, forever. Just to think about it. It depresses people. It scares people just to think about it. That if I die today or tomorrow, I'm going to be in that place forever and it will never ever end. That's what scares people. Well, if that scares you, you need to get your life together. You need to get your life together. You'll see a difference if you're on a plane and a wing pops off a plane. You'll see people praying and begging to God, and you'll see people sit there as calm as can be. Those people already are saved. They accepted the Lord as their Lord and Savior. It's time for them to go. They're leaving this world and going to a better one. They couldn't care less about their cars and this and the other. They're going to leave and go to the next world. They're going to live in paradise. No more of this. No more. No more of this at all, period. They're going to live in paradise with God. You're going to see the maker of all things face to face. Live in a world way beyond this one. This is when I talk to people in my family and they go, Mom is looking down on us. Mom's not looking down. Mom doesn't even know you. When someone dies and goes to heaven, they don't know you at all, period. They're in a whole different world. Why in the world would you put them in complete ultimate paradise and then have them lean over and see the suffering that you're going through, whatever you're going through today? You know, that brings pain back to them. That means there's unhappiness and there's sorrow in heaven. There is no sorrow in heaven. So therefore, they don't know you. The only time they'll know you is that you get saved and they can see your face again, then they'll know you. But as they're in heaven, they don't know you at all. She has no remembrance of me in any way whatsoever. Does that make me sad? No, why not? She's in heaven with God. That's where I want to go. That's where every Christian wants to go. But they can't watch over you. Only God can watch over you. That's the only one. They don't know. Even when you're in purgatory, still, you can't go back and warn people and say, hey, there's a really bad place when you die. You don't want to come here. So you can't warn them at all. Because it speaks about that in the Bible, the rich man and the poor man. Poor man went to heaven, rich man went to purgatory. Because he did nothing at all to lift a finger to make this person's life any better. That's why I said be careful about basically walking over to people and not helping people out when they ask for food, because you never know when you're entertaining angels. And that man walked over that man and did not give him anything. He said, you could have lifted your hand and made his life so much better. Now, what you do to my children, you do to all my children at the end of the day. These are all my children at the end of the day when you do that. So he went to purgatory. And it speaks of purgatory in the Bible. And purgatory is not the place you want to be at. Purgatory is a place of torture and pain, suffering. It's a very bad place. And this person was in so much pain. His mouth was so dry because of the heat, the radiant heat. It talks about a hedge of fire between purgatory and paradise. And he saw, I forgot what angel they talk about. It's an angel he saw. But he saw the poor man laying in the bosom, next to the bosom, man's chest of this angel. And he knew him. And he called out because he can't cross over because of the fire. And he asked the poor man if he could take his finger, just a tip of his finger. Imagine being in so much pain. Just a tip of your finger and just dab it in that cool water and just rest it on my tongue. That'll bring me so much pleasure. So much. Imagine being in that much pain. And he said he can't do it. The angel spoke to him and said, you cannot do this. Because you had your opportunity on the earth. You had your opportunity in your earth to make this man's life much better, and you did nothing about it. And therefore, this is where you will stay forever. And then he said, well, at least go back and tell my brothers. I got 7 brothers. I tell them many. It said how many, but I'm going to lie and put things in there. He had some brothers. And he said, can you go back and warn them? Go back and warn them. Please warn them. Tell them about this horrible place. I don't want them to come here. He said, I can't. That's their decision to make when they're on the earth. So you have an option. So there's no excuse for it. So those that weren't saved, they go to purgatory. And purgatory is not hell. Hell is far worse than purgatory. Right now, the devil is not in the devil doesn't suffer in purgatory because that's his world at the end of the day. Hell is where the devil suffers because that's his final punishment. It's his final place he's going to be sent to. So think about it. If you were in the 1200s, in that year, the 1200s, 1400s, 1300s, in a year, say you were mass murder, you killed a lot of people, and so you feel you got away with it, and one day you die, you wake up and you're in purgatory. So imagine from the 1200s, 1300s, 1200s, from the timeline we're at now, you're still there, suffering and unbelievable pain. Imagine that. And you're just getting started. You haven't been to hell yet. And you realize there's no hope. There's no hope. There's nothing. You're conscious. You know what's going on around you. There's no hope and there's nothing. This is where you're going to be for eternity. This pain will never end. Imagine that. You know, people don't understand it. When you burn your hand on a match and that pain it hurts. But what you tell yourself at the end of the day, it's not going to last forever, right? Because the pain's going to disappear. You're not going to have it anymore, right? Imagine that never goes away. And imagine you multiply that times 1,000,000. And that's where you're going to sit and suffer at until God has this war with the devil, and then you and the devil and his followers will all be cast into hell, which is far worse than where you're at. That's what's waiting for you. Yep. Meanwhile, the devil's job is to be on this earth and to cause as much destruction and chaos as he can, and to try to recruit as many people into Satan's army. And when you go out and you do that kind of crazy stuff in the day, you have now enlisted in Satan's army. You get out of it. Anyone can get out of Satan's army. Anyone can get out. Anyone can get out of it. All right, people. I'm enjoying my new blessings here. I'm having a ball here. I can't wait to get this thing painted up so we can get all that installed in. I want to add stuff in there as I talk about it because I'm warning you people. I really am. And some people may think, oh, we're just doing it. I'm not. There's no way I'm threatening you in any way whatsoever. If you take this as a threat and you say it's a threat, then the devil's already got you already that fast. Because the devil's going to tell you that. Oh, don't listen to him. He's just trying to scare you, this, that, and the other. That's the same person who's telling you right now. This is what makes this more interesting. The same person that tells you to walk away from a church. The same person tells you not to read the Bible. The same person tells you not to pray because people will laugh at you. You know, you'll embarrass yourself. The same person that tells you at the end of the day, don't listen to him, go in a different direction, this, that, and that's the same person that's going to watch you burn with him. That's who you're listening to. That's the same person. And people say, I don't hear the devil. Yes, you do. You hear him every day. Yes, you do. I heard him when I was over in the whatchamacallit. When I was over in the post office when that gay guy was trying to grind up on me, and I turned around and put him in his place. I said, look, you got to back this up, so and so and so. Now when I walk out, there's better ways. You didn't have to. I didn't tell him I was going to throw him through a plate glass window or kick the crap out of him or anything else in the day because again, that's what I was thinking in my head. But I try to get past that point. But I have to remember, I'm a human being today. I'm going to get upset and get angry. But the important thing, I don't act on these things. The fact that he is still able to walk from A to B means I didn't act on them. But I thought about these things that processed in my head. Now the devil will say, go in there and strike him. Just hit him one time. You can just hit him one time. That's all you got to do. Take him down. Yeah, that's listening to Satan. The other part is basically handling the situation by saying that, look, man, you need to back up. You're too close to me. I don't like this at all. Move over. And leave it at that. And then move on. And that's what I did. Instead of acting on what Satan wants me to act upon. That's how people get themselves in trouble. Satan gets them in trouble all the time. You get in an argument with somebody in the bar, all right, argument's over. Devil will tell you to go back to your car and get something. Devil will tell you to turn around and grab a bar stool and smack this person in the head with it. This person dies. Where do you go? This person may not be saved. He'll go to hell. That's where he's going to go. Because he wasn't saved. So we got one, and now we got you next. Because now the cops are going to come. They're going to arrest you. You're going to go to jail. And hopefully he can get you in a fight with somebody in there. And get you in a fight with somebody in there, and they kill you. And then this person's next. You got two now. Got two. Got another one right there. Somebody might end up killing him. There we got another one again. See what I mean? Collects you all day long. The devil, the adversary, that says how he walks around as a lion looking for whoever he may devour. And that's what you get yourself into. I tell you this because I'm warning you. I'm warning you, warning you, warning you. I've seen demons. I've been through the system already. I know what that's like. I know it walks in the system. I've seen things. I've seen demons on this earth that you would scare the living daylights out of you. And I've seen them walk up to you and have conversations. Sometimes that some people have conversations with me, I start backing up a little bit. It's not because being in the comfort zone, it's because I'm picking up something on them that's not right about them, and I back up because they'll leap at you. Some will leap at you. I'm saved. I'm good. I know my Lord has me protected, but some will leap at you. Some will attempt to grab you. You ever seen the video on TikTok about the guy who was in his car and that woman came up out of nowhere, right up on his car? It was right up on his car, and she was arguing with him. And the guy was like, "Look, I need you to back away from my car. Back away from my car." You know, she reached out and she growled like a dog. Yeah, demon possessed. Just because they're in a body that's human doesn't mean the body is going to last forever. Which means they have to find a new host. And yeah, they walk around. All day long, they walk around. And they know if you have a close relationship with God. If you have a close relationship with God, yeah, they try to make the attempt, but again, it doesn't go well. But if they realize you don't have a close relationship with God, they go, "Oh, we have one right here." Depends on what's following you home. There are things that walk around and follow you. Got to be careful about things following you back home or walk right into your house. People say, "They can't." Yes, they can. It says in the Bible about the devil walking through heaven. When God sits there and says, when Satan's walking through heaven, he said, "Where are you going?" He said, "To and fro." Satan walks in the churches too. The only reason why he can do that is because God gives him that ability. If God doesn't give him that ability, he doesn't have that power. He's no threat to God at the end of the day at all, period. Yep. Even goes that, I'm pretty sure when between Job and the devil and God, that the devil was in heaven talking about, I bet you that if I touch him, if I destroy him, take everything from him, I bet you he'll curse you. And Job was a man of God. He tried everything he could. Couldn't break Job. The devil will turn around and have you do the most craziest stuff ever there. It's like, yeah, I want you to go over there and I want you to go rob that bank over there. And as you're robbing a bank, you're going to have to kill those two people coming in because they're witnesses. They saw your face. You killed two people. The devil told you to do all this. And you're going to take that car right there and carjack these people, and you're going to take off. That's the devil controlling you the entire time, telling you what to do. And the entire time, the Lord is pleading with you, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. And you just keep on following down that road. And what happens if you get into a car accident and you die? Then you're in hell. Satan got you. Like, well, look what we got here. I got my collection early. It ain't the fight for this one either. This one died right away. Because he's controlling you. He's telling you all the things to do. Dodge this car, dodge that car, speed up a little faster, you'll get away. He's just feeding this information in your car. Information. Imagine having a demon in your car with you, telling you stuff to do. And you're doing it. And he's smiling with this grin. Like, come on, turn there. Trying to get your car to flip over. Trying to get you shot up in a hail of bullets. Now your car is blown out. You're sitting on the side of the road. This police got weapons drawn. Go get the gun. Go get that gun. Go get the gun. You get shot and killed. Now you're like, oh, finally. I was wondering how long it's going to take for me to see you. And then you're in there screaming your head off because you can't believe the nightmare you just got yourself into. You'll never get out of. You'll never wake up from. That's the game you are literally playing. So when I see people in high-speed chases, I don't see a person. I see a person that basically allowed the devil to influence them. When it said that car turned over and that person died, I know where they went to. collecting all day. All day he's going to collect. And people are going to die today. There are people going to die tomorrow. And he's collecting. There are Christians going to pass off this earth and they go to heaven. They see God. Besides all the stuff you see in the everyday world with all this and that, blah, 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 you got to see the real picture of it all. All right, people. Hope you enjoy. Thank you for your time. Like I said, I like to speak about the word of the Lord. Like I said, I'm a perfect example of how God saves people. Like I said, I told you I spent some time in the system. I was facing very serious jail time. A 40 to 80 year prison sentence at 16 years old. No, I didn't kill anybody, but I did enough damage to get it. And I heard a demon speak to me right across from me. Had a conversation with me about my mother handing me a Bible. And ever since then, I've turned my head away from that kind of life and got my life together. That's why I'm here having a conversation with you now. I was able to leave the prison system after 8 years and 9 months. But I became a Christian man in that system. That's why when people say, oh, you're a jailbird, I had no problem with that and whatsoever. That's how I found God. That's how I got my life together. I'm not ashamed of that at all in any way whatsoever. I gave all my sins to God. That's what I did. My Lord forgave me for all things. So, the Lord can forgive me what man can't forgive me. And it's not man's forgiveness is what I need. It's God's forgiveness what I need, because that's the one I need at the end of the day to be able to do right by, because, my future and everything I have is with him. My life is with him. So, man may judge you at the end of the day, but God will not. Now, mind you, when you judge other people, God will judge you also. You walk through life with hatred in your heart for somebody, keep in mind God can't forgive you. You become unforgivable. You can't hate your brother at the end of the day and still expect for God to forgive you, because he won't. That's why I sit there and say I had no hatred for these people who have attacked my company, but I had to do what I had to do. I had to follow the rules, and I did the rules by the land. I went in and I filed charges. I went and got lawyers. I did everything by the book. I didn't go out and make a phone call and contact people from my old past and say, hey, look, I have an issue with a problem. I need to go away. I didn't do that, because that would be Satan right there. I'd be following Satan for if I did that. I did things by the book. I prayed on the answer Lord how to do it, and the Lord showed me how to do it. He opened up all doors for things we need to get done, get these people put away. That's what we did. So I did it God's way. All right, people. Got to go. Thank you for your time, and God bless. Let the thunderclouds